This hammer is found inside 400 million year old rock. It's sealed in stone, fully intact. And it's not the only one. From ancient vases to iron tools, these artifacts defy everything we think we know about time, technology, and history. This is File 3 from the Artifact Archives. In 1936, a hiker near London, Texas, discovered an odd-looking rock lying along a limestone ledge. Embedded in that rock was the handle of a tool, wooden, weathered, but clearly artificial. When the stone eventually broke open, what emerged stunned everyone who saw it. A hammer, fully encased inside. The head was made of iron. The handle had partially fossilized. In the surrounding material, some geologists estimate it came from a formation dating back more than 400 million years. That claim alone made the artifact infamous. The hammer itself isn't complex, about 6 inches long, with a simple iron head fused around the handle. But its contradiction, location, and entrapment in ancient stone makes it one of the most debated, out-of-place artifacts ever found. The formation it was pulled from is part of the Ordovician rock system, which predates not just humanity, but even most land animals. Supporters argue that the fossilization of the handle and mineralization around the tool are consistent with long-term geological pressure. They point to a seamless way the material surrounds the object, almost like it grew around it. Skeptics counter with a simpler explanation, that the rock is actually a concretion, a cement-like deposit that formed around the 19th century miner's tool after it was lost. According to this view, the hammer isn't ancient at all. The stone just makes it look that way. But there are still anomalies. X-ray testing reportedly showed density inconsistencies inside the head, and portions of the iron remain strangely resistant to rust. Some even claim the metal composition, 96% iron, 2.6% chlorine, and 0.74% sulfur, is unlike anything produced in standard 19th century blacksmithing. The London hammer now sits in the private Graysonist collection. No peer-reviewed study has ever been allowed to test it independently. No conclusive dating has ever resolved its origin. Just a hammer, sealed in stone, and silent ever since. In June of 1851, an article appeared in Scientific America describing the discovery made during blasting operations near Dorchester, Massachusetts. Workers had detonated an explosive charge to break up solid rock, specifically Precambrian pudding stone, dated to be over 500 million years old. What emerged from the debris wasn't more stone, it was a metallic vase, described as bell-shaped and inertly inlaid with floral designs. The object was said to resemble a modern Hindu urn and measured about 4.5 inches tall, made of a zinc-silver alloy. It was found split in half, with one half laying among the rubble from the blast, the other embedded in the rock that remained. The report was brief, and the pot was never recovered for study, but its implications were staggering. How could a manufactured metal object, cast, engraved, and polished, be sealed inside rock, 500 million years old? Skeptics argued that the Dorchester Pot never existed. They claim it was likely Victorian metalwork, accidentally lodged in the fissure or natural cavity in the stone, then mistaken for something extraordinary during the chaos of the explosion. But supporters pushed back on that explanation. The original report described the pudding stone as being solid, not layered or fractured. The two halves of the pot matched the split of the rock precisely, and the level of craftsmanship was unusually intricate for an accidental object embedded underground. No photographs exist. The vase was never submitted for academic study. Only the 1851 article and a few retellings remain. Still, the Dorchester Pot continues to resurface in lists of forbidden discoveries. It's one of the rare cases where an explosion quite literally unearthed something that shouldn't have been there, and the possibility sitting inside time itself. If the story is true, the artifact isn't just out of place, it's out of the entire planetary timeline. In December of 1852, a paper was read before the Society of Antiquities of Scotland, discovering an iron object found under impossible circumstances. During excavation work near Glasgow, laborers uncovered a 22-inch thick seam of coal sealed beneath 7 feet of boulder clay along the Great Western Road. A block of that coal was taken to a local workshop. As the apprentice broke it apart for use, he discovered a small iron instrument embedded deep within the mass, fully enclosed, not resting on a crack or ledge. It was described as man-made, possibly part of a boring tool, but the coal that had sealed it in place belonged to the Carboniferous period, estimated to be over 300 million years old. That date alone breaks everything we assume about human history. John Buchanan, the man who documented the find, collected sworn statements from 5 witnesses who confirmed the object was removed directly from inside the unbroken coal. The society reviewed the case, but ultimately dismissed it, suggesting the object might have been forced into a crack by earlier mining activity, even though there were no signs of boring, no surface openings, and no apparent intrusion into the intact coal seam. The object vanished. No photographs were taken. It was never tested, but the report survived. For some, this was another cautionary tale, a misidentified object caught up in the mythology of forbidden archaeology. But others point to the details. No surface entry, mineralization consistent with long-term entrapment, a human-made object in a geological formation older than the dinosaurs. If the iron was in place when the coal formed, then someone, or something, left the tool behind 300 million years before recorded history began, and the earth simply folded it into silence. 3 artifacts, 3 tools sealed in stone, coal, and time. If even one of them is real, then the timeline we've built isn't just incomplete, it's wrong. Let us know what you believe, because this is only file 3, and the archive still holds tools no one was meant to uncover. Thanks for watching Late Night Top 5. If you enjoyed this video, we love your support, so hit that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment below. What mysteries should we cover next? And if you're up for more late night chills, check out the next video.